Although at this level, I am adding it to my watch list. All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. We are here to talk about all things investing. And in this video, I would like to talk to you about a company called Greenidge Generation Holdings, and the stock ticker is GREE. This is a brand new stock ticker. Today was its first day trading, and as most of you probably know, this is the company that was Sprt.com, stock ticker SPRT. So this is really a follow-up video to my videos that I did over the past week on Sprt.com. I don't typically do this many videos on one company, but I saw some giant red flags, so I put together a few videos to try and explain what I was seeing. And over the last week, this stock has been totally decimated. So I want to go through what happened and kind of show you why it happened and look at the chart and see where we think this thing might go from here. So let's just take a quick look at the action over the last week. So if you look, this is Friday's chart for Sprt.com, which again, this is the ticker that turned into GREE, which is the ticker we're talking about today. So if you look at the previous close, it was $26.02. That is where Sprt closed on Thursday, September 9th, less than 1 week ago today. So if you look at the action on Friday, you'll see that it went from $26.02 down to $21 even. That was a 19% decrease in 1 day just on Friday. I made the first video on that day and things only went from bad to worst, so I made another video over the weekend, which I posted Monday morning. Let's take a look at what happened over the last few days. Okay, so this is Tuesday's chart. So if you look at the previous close, it was $19.10. So it went from $21 even on Friday down to $19.10 on Monday. And then on Tuesday, which was yesterday, it went down to $11.88, which is another 38.22% decrease in the stock price. So that was its final day trading as stock ticker SPRT. The merger went through. So that was yesterday. Today, it opened as a new stock, GREE Greenidge. So for those of you who held shares, they were automatically converted to Greenidge. But unfortunately, things went from bad to even worse. Today was the worst day yet. So I'm just going to quickly show you two things. A lot of these websites take a long time to update their information. So it is very hard for retail investors to get good information on the day that a stock starts trading. So that effectively, that's what happened today when shares of Sprt turned into shares of Greenidge, stock ticker GREE. So there's a lot of misinformation or confusing information. So that's why I'm trying to make this video and pull this all together. Just so that you guys know, in my previous two videos, I basically called out the fact that I thought this stock was going to potentially take a very big hit. But I want everybody to know that I did not short this stock. I don't short stocks. So I did not make these videos in an effort to try and drive the price of this stock down. I had no investment in it. I try to make these videos so that retail investors can all share information. I know there's a lot of us out there making videos, and I hope we're all doing the same thing. So I usually make videos about stocks that I find that I think are going up, that have a lot of potential. In those instances, I think you'll find that I am invested in that stock. But if you see something that I'm calling out with a red flag like this, I'm not shorting it. I just don't personally believe in shorting. It's not a philosophical standpoint. Just as a retail investor, it's too risky. There's not enough upside, and it only punishes other retail investors. I had no financial position in this at all. I'm just tracking the stock, trying to give you guys information. This is the information that Yahoo showed today. So there was a conversion rate from the old stock to the new stock of 0.115. So that's tricky. So everybody kind of had to figure out what is my old stock versus what is my new stock. Because, you know, this was trading at $11.80 and now it's trading at $43.40. So what does that mean? Well, if you look at this chart right here, it looks like it was down 22.54% today, which in and of itself would be a disaster. But it's actually much worse than that. What that number represents is what the new stock GREE opened at today, which was $57, but it does not reflect what the old stock closed at yesterday. So there was a giant gap in the middle. So I'm going to go to another website and show you what actually happened for the people who held shares of support yesterday, what actually happened to them just from yesterday to today. Okay, so here's Greenidge Generation Holdings, GREE, $43.40, just like the other chart we just looked at. But here you'll see it was actually down 57.7% on the day today. So today was by far the worst day out of all of the days in the last week. So down below, you'll see previous close, $102.60. That is $11.80 divided by 0.115, which was the conversion rate from the old stock to the new stock. You can do the math yourself, or you can take my word for it. That converts to that. So if you held the old stock yesterday at $11.80, really you're hoping today, you were hoping today it would open at $102 because that would be no change. But it did not open at $102. It opened at $57, and it made its way down to $43. It actually had a low of $39.30 on the day. So this stock got destroyed today. This is one of the worst runs from the time I made my first video less than a week ago until today. This stock is down over 80%. So this has been a nightmare. That is the bad news. I'm hoping the silver lining is I think we may be very near the bottom, and I'm going to go through some numbers to show you why I think that. So in order for this to make sense, I just want to show you two brief clips from my previous video. We looked at an analysis of the new company GREE and what its potential market cap was going to be versus its peers in the Bitcoin mining sector. So let's go to the video and show you what we said about that. That would bring a price target down for $4.49 from the current $21. If you were to do the same analysis for Bitfarms, which is currently valued at $923 million, that would be a projected adjusted stock price of $2.93. So somewhere between $3 and $4.50. Okay, so that was our analysis based on just comparing it market cap to all the other Bitcoin miners. So we thought maybe between $3 and $4.50 would have been more of a apples to apples valuation. At the time I did that, the stock was trading at $21. So that represented a monstrous decrease, which didn't seem realistic. But actually, in the end, that is what ended up happening. Let's just look at one more clip where we take a look at the chart to try and come up and see what a reasonable valuation might have been, just based on more of a technical analysis of the chart. This is very brief. I'm going to go to kind of an average point, and you will see that it settled at about $4.56. So a little more than double the value. So that was its value before there started to be squeezes on this stock. So again, looking at the chart, it looked like somewhere around $4.50 is what investors had decided this stock was worth prior to a series of squeezes that actually brought this all the way up almost to $60 at one point. So those squeezes are where the problem started. Hopefully people made a lot of money on the way up. Unfortunately, probably people lost a lot of money on the way down. But just going into this week here where we were going to have the merger, we were still left at a $26 stock just less than 1 week ago. We just looked at two different ways we did a valuation on this and came up to the $4.50 neighborhood. So I want to show you this chart of what actually happened today. On this line, you'll see stock ticker GREE price at the close on 9/15/2021, which is today. So it closed at $43.28. So if we use the stock conversion rate from shares of Sprt to shares of GREE, that would equate to a stock price for the old stock ticker Sprt of $4.98. If we take the low of the day, which was $39.30, that would equate to an adjusted price of $4.52 for support. So you see those two numbers landed between $4.52 and $4.98. Well, that's almost exactly where we talked about in the last video. Now, I did not believe that it was going to get there in one day, so I'm very surprised by that. But the reason I made the video was, and I was hoping people would have some time to get out of this trade, I did think that this is where the stock was heading. You never know with these stocks. Stock market has a mind of its own. Stocks do their own thing, but this one took no time at all. It ran straight down to its previous value before all the squeezes occurred. So I think we may have bottomed out and be finding some support here, because where we landed seems to be roughly where our calculation was as to what we could expect the pullback to be. So one other thing I wanted to show you is I think people were hoping this week that there would be another squeeze on this stock, because the short interest on support, stock ticker SPRT, was gigantic. According to what I was looking at, it was 73%, but I've seen things closer to 100% by the time Tuesday rolled around. So I think there was still potentially a lot of enthusiasm that there could be a squeeze on this, because there was close to 100% of the float that was short on this stock. But let me go through the math of why that didn't unfold and why I was very nervous that it was not going to unfold. The float on stock ticker SPRT was approximately 9.3 million shares. According to Yahoo, the number of shares shorted was about 6.8 million, which is about 73%. But even if you were to assume that the entire 9 million shares was shorted, the analysis is going to be roughly the same. But for the moment, we'll go with 6.8 million. If you do the conversion ratio of 0.115 to get from your shares of SPRT and convert them to the new company, shares of GREE, then you will see that the total number of shares shorted was really only about 785,000 shares after the conversion. Well, today alone, over 7.7 million shares traded. So that is just 10% of one day's trading covered the entire float. So I think that is why, for the shorts to be in a position to cover in 0.1 trading days is not a formula for a short squeeze. So I feel like that was the missing link here, and that was my big concern. Be careful on this one, because it has been an extremely volatile stock, and now it's basically a Bitcoin mining company, and all of the Bitcoin mining stocks are extremely volatile stocks. So again, I don't hold a position in this, and I'm not likely to take one, although at this level I am adding it to my watch list. So I will watch and see if it can find some support here in the low $40 range, and if it does, then maybe it's priced properly. So that is my update on stock ticker GREE, formerly stock ticker SPRT. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.